Alright, I want to welcome you guys to this introductory video of iWork. iWork is Apple's working applications called Pages, Numbers, and Keynote. Now these are Apple's versions of Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. So the first one we're going to look at is Pages. So when we open up Pages, for me it's going to open up and show all the documents that I've created, and it's doing this through the iCloud. If you want to learn more about iCloud and kind of how you can get that on your computer, we do have an introductory video for that. But like I was saying, Pages is Apple's document creator. It's like Word. So if I want to create a new one, I'm going to tap on the Create Document, and then it's going to bring up all these different templates for me to use. Great thing about these templates is they are drag and drop. So all these pictures are placeholders. All these texts that are in here are placeholders as well. Then you can have, your just blank document, and you also have one set up for note taking. So it's a really great option for our students that we can just drag and drop and really make awesome, professional looking products very, very simply. So for example, let's go to this tab flyer. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on the tab flyer, and it's going to create a new one. And just like it said, it's going to be all there and ready for us, and all I have to do is double tap, and it brings up my keyboard, and I can change it, and I can say alright, and you can see now my text is too big, so what I can do is I can double tap on it, and then I can select, and I can highlight what I need, and you can see up at the top of the keyboard, right above the I, you can see that there are two A's and then there's a number there. What I can do is I can tap on that, and that's going to help me to where I can change my font size. Take it down to 96, still not. I can take it down, there we go. And if I want to make it a little bigger, I can just hit the big A, and it's going to slowly move up. So all those formatting tools are right there on top of the keyboard. And if I want to change the text, I can tap on the words, and I can just pick a new different style. All these styles are already built in, but I kind of want to leave it as is. So I'm going to tap away from that. And now you can see I've got this picture here. Now there's a plus button right in the bottom corner of that. If I tap on that, what it's going to do is it's going to bring up my photos. And so let's say I'm going to go ahead and come into my photos, and I'm just going to go ahead and pick one to show you how it will replace. Tap that in there, and boom, it drops it right in. If I need to edit that photo, I can double tap on it, and you can see now I've got a little outline to where I can press and hold and move it around. And you can see I've got some guiding lines in there. And the slider up the top is kind of a zoom feature. So if I want a certain part, I can zoom back out, or I can kind of cut it to where I want it to be. Really simple, easy to do. And same with this placeholder text. So I can just tap there, it's going to show me that box, and if I double tap on it, it's going to go ahead and highlight that, and then I can just go ahead and type in there. So very simple. And I can tap my paintbrush, and that's going to I'm going to go ahead and select that, tap my paintbrush. I can change the different style options already there. If you want to change some of the settings of your document, we use the wrench. Now, great thing about this is it auto-saves, so I can just go back to Documents, and there's my document. I want to change the name. I can double tap on the name, and then I can go ahead and change that name. And a great thing about it is, as it does that, it automatically saves. So if I have Pages on my iPhone, it's going to go ahead and add that document the next time I'm connected to the internet. and any changes you go from one will show up on the other. And if you use the web form, like we talked about in the iCloud video, that's going to show up there as well. So that's a really quick overview of Pages. Now, Numbers is the spreadsheet, but it's a little bit different than what you find in Excel. So I'm going to tap on Spreadsheets, and it's going to get me back to all of my documents that I can pick any one and edit it, and it's going to go ahead and fix it right up. But I want to create a new one. I'm going to create a new spreadsheet. You can see, once again, I've got some great templates that I can choose from. Once again, they're placeholder text. What we're going to look at is we're going to look at this personal budget one. So if I tap on the personal budget, it's going to go ahead and open up. And like I said, it's already filled in. So great thing about it, if I come down here to this category, let's say, go ahead and tap into my budget. You know, I want to change that. I want to change that to 400. I can change this to 150 and then hit done. Now if we come back up here into the chart, you'll see that that will actually go ahead and auto change. Let's see if I can get it to where you'll see it right away. Alright, so that's going to change the view of it just a little bit. So if we watch this graph, and I've got it in 350, I'm going to go ahead and change that. I'm going to change that to, let's make it 250. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to 250 and hit next, and you can see that that changed automatically. It went ahead and just boom, changed that graph in both the graphs as it goes. It's really cool way that just allows you to see what's going on, and it's already built in. You didn't have to worry about adding them in yourself. They were already there, ready to go. So it's a great thing about some of the number sheets that they already have. Not only are they great and beautiful looking sheets, but they already have some of these in there. So let's go back. So if I go back and I want to create a new spreadsheet, I'm just going to create a blank one. What I can do is now we just have, a blank sheet, just kind of like we were Excel. It's a little different. You don't have endless rows, you don't have endless, but what we can do is if we need to add a row, we can press and hold on the double line at the end and just pull out. We're able to pull out new columns. And same thing if we come down here to the double line at rows, we're able to pull out new rows. Really great and simple way to do. If I hit this plus sign, it's going to create a new sheet. Let's say I go back here and I want to go ahead and fill in this to be name. Say I'm going to build a contact list. So name, address, phone, I'm going to go grade. Alright, so if I hit the plus sign now, it's going to change it. Do I want a new sheet or a new form? The sheet we saw, that'll just give us a new table. But if I hit form, I can kind of pick which I want to do, and now I have the option just to autofill. So if I need to do that, it's really quick and simple, and just fill it in as you go. It could be a great option for if you needed a secondary grade book for something like that. It was just a great option for you to have. Okay, so that is a really quick overview of Numbers. Now, lastly, let's go back and let's go to Keynote. Keynote is the PowerPoint of Apple, so it's your slide presentator. So I can come in here and I can go to any one of these and I can go ahead and tap on one, and it's going to go ahead and open it up. It's going to tell me if there are some changes. I can just say OK, and it's going to open it on up. Once it does this from here, if I'm connected to a projector or an Apple TV through AirPlay, what I can do is I can actually go ahead and play my PowerPoint, and it's going to pull it up. and ready to go. And I can, drag, and it's going to kind of go backwards whichever way I tell it to go. So it's a really cool option of just having a presentation tool right there in all your presentations, right there ready for you to go. And you can just tap on them and move around, and I can exit out of that. But let's say I want to build a new one, and it's really simple to build a new one in the Keynote app just by itself. Also, I want to tell you this when we're talking about presenting. Right next to the plus sign, you see this little square with a play button. What you can do here is you can set your if you have an iPhone with the Keynote app or your iPad, you can connect that with each other to have one be your remote. So for example, if you are presenting from a Mac computer, you can connect your phone to it and it will be your remote. You can also do that with your iPad. Really cool options that they're building in, that Apple's building in for you to do. Let's talk about creating a presentation really quick. So we hit the plus sign. Once again, great, beautiful templates that are just drag and drop, and the colors are fantastic, and they're not going to be overwhelming. So let's do, I like the photo essay one. So we're going to tap on the photo essay, and it's going to bring up a standard title. So we can, just like it says, double tap to edit, and I can come in here and just fill in what I need to. If I don't want that, I can just double tap in there, back it up. Now I want to add a new slide. So I'm going to hit the plus button. This is where I can add different objects if I wanted to. Within there I can add graphs, I can add charts. I could add some music if I would like as well. Down at the bottom is where we add a new slide. We hit the plus button, and then it brings up all the different slide formats that it has. Let's say this next one, I just want to have a picture. So first of all, that's just a beautiful picture, but I can go ahead and pick one of my own. Now I'd hit the plus button, and there's a couple other steps I need to do to make sure that's okay. But just like we did in Pages, it would pull up our photos, and we can pick it and it'll drop it straight in. Great thing about the Apple iWork apps and the iLife apps, a lot of the functionality is going to be the same. The way you would add a picture in one is the way you add a picture in another one. The paintbrush is the formatting for anything that we've picked on. So I kind of want to give this one a little bit of a border to it. So there we go. Then I can pick different options there as well. So if I wanted to add a little text box, I can do that and press and hold and move it away. And then I can just go ahead and add it in. And then I can keep going and add it in here as well. But if I want to, let's say, add a transition, what I can do is tap on what I want, and you can see these come up: copy, cut, delete, comment, speak, animate. I want to tap on animate. And what I do is there is where I can have my build in or my build out. And I can just do, let's do a blur in. And I can hit play, and it's going to show me what that's going to look like. Then I have some options here: how long I want it to last, when I want it to start. I also have how I would like for it to come in, and then if there's going to be more than one thing, you can set your order there as well. So I don't want it, and then I just hit done, and that build-in is done. If I want to do a slide transition, on the other hand, I tap on the slide, and then you can see where it has transition, and hit transition, and then it's going to bring in all of the transitions that I can have. And let's say we do pivot, and I want to see what pivot looks like. I don't really like pivots, so I'm going to pick something else. Let's do Let's try the wipe. Let's see what that looks like. That's better. That's the one I like. So I can tap off of it, hit done, and there you go. If you ever see the blue at the top, before you can go back to editing, you have to make sure you hit done, because that's when you're in the transitions or the animator. It has that blue up, and to get out of it and to save it, you just hit done. Then I can hit the play button, the triangle and the square, to see what that one is going to be like. Then I can go back to my presentations, and that's already saved. And then, just like in the other ones, double tap on the name, and I can change it to what I want to have it called. And there it is. Really simple, ready to go. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. And just remember that apples they're phenomenal. They're really powerful. You have pages, which is in place of words. You have numbers, which is in place of Excel. And then you have Keynote, which is in place of PowerPoint. So thank you guys for watching, and we hope to see you again.